So I come here today to talk about this champion heavy striker that I've made. Several leagues now. I use different ascendancies, but I think champion is one of the safest that you can go for because of the passives. So for this we use basically heavy strike. We use heavy strike with an AoE setup involving melee splash and answers to call because they clear very well. And for single target, I substitute them for melee physical and ruthless. It's you disintegrate bosses. It's very strong. Apart from that, you use Lip Slam to move. You get Enduring Cry with the Cult Worms here to be instant. You get a setup of cast when damage taken and Steel Skin. I got the Uber Lab Steel Skin chant, so this baby here is taking 3,203 damage. That's a lot of mitigation. Couldn't find a better helmet. That's the helmets that I had. But it's 9% physical damage from hits taken as fire. That is much better than armor, to be honest. And of course, you want to have good enchants, and you want to have life. And here I had vulnerability on hit with this ring. The rest is just physical damage reduction and life on the gear. Basically this, life, physical damage reduction, and my effort to have onslaught all the time. That is very important to hit fast with this build. Your investment with this build makes you already hit hard as possible. And you should be fast too, to be safer and of course increase the DPS. So the base of the build using of course I have a corrupted blood weight of the empire. That was lucky of me. And the base of the build uses heavy strike to get the double damage effect 40% of the time with two weights of the empire. And double damage with crit. I didn't invest in crit on this build. When I do a juggernaut version, sometimes I invest in build, but this version here is very strong. It's just impale, and there's no resolute technique because of the worthy foe here. And these nodes make you feel very safe, very safe. And also this one here is important. It's good for hardcore, of course, because it's like a save and the impale to make your impales just destroy the mobs over any. We have leech, we have impale and axe nodes, and overwhelm nodes as well. The rest is life. You go through the attack speed here, you go through the attack speed here. And in here I got the this makes you feel very comfortable using axe. These nodes here, very strong. This is a very strong node too. It's a new node, Vanquisher, and the nodes to get to it too. Overwhelm, physical damage. This is too strong. It doesn't matter the armor that the mobs will have, the boss, whatever. You will just ignore that and just hit them. And this is important too to be comfortable mana wise. And these people tend not to get this one here, forget about this one here. So comfortable in life, uh, good flasks, and of course positioning is important. You have to position your totem around, and that's it. You configure, of course. I put mine in the in here, the weapon swap here. I put mine here, and then I just swap. Okay, you just use the hotkey to swap. It's very important. I make a distinction here. I put one that is blank and other not, because as I do that, I can know not only by the weapon that I'm using, of course they are different, but sometimes in the middle of the chaos, you just want to be sure that you have the AoE setup or the single target setup. So for gem links, we have here Flesh and Stone, War Banner, Pride with Enlighten. And then we have Enduring Cry, Second Wind, Steel Skin, Cast when damage taken. We have Life Tap, Leap Slam, Fortify, Faster Attacks. Uh, it's a double Fortify. I have Fortify on both the attack and the movement speed because movement skill, because sometimes when you arrive to a pack, you want to have Fortify already immediately. So sometimes you are going to hit after like half a second after arrive the pack. So you should have Fortify by that time. And I have 3 6 links in this build. It's a very comfortable build budget wise. So I have here Vengeance and Ancestral Chief in the chest, which are supported by Brutality, Maim, Melee Physical, and Pulverize. And don't underestimate Vengeance. Vengeance is really, really strong. You can see here that my skills are like, you can see here 56k, 31k, okay, for single target and AoE. But Vengeance is 43k. It's very strong, very, very strong. Varies a bit. So those are the links, and I use a swap. Okay, I use 2 6 links. I got the, of course, the highest DPS weapon to be my single target one. So in the single target I have Heavy Strike, Impale support, Fortify, Ruthless, melee physical damage, and Brutality support. In the AoE I have Heavy Strike, Impale support, Fortify, and then the changes: Brutality, Ancestral Call, and Awaken Melee Splash support. Of course you should go for Melee Splash. I just found this one here on trade, was very cheap. But the secret here is that Ancestral Call and Melee Splash, they make some overlaps. So for the majority of the time, your single target is best served with this setup here, because even yellows or bosses that are surrounded by mobs, they are going to get more damage from this setup than from the single target setup. The single target setup should be used when there's no mob around, no spawns, no nothing. And also, the AoE setup is safe. Don't think that you are going to trespass the mobs and just kill that yellow. You will die. One of the safest things in Path of Exile is killing before getting killed. So if you enjoyed that video, please like, subscribe, and comment. All that jazz, because I may not care about it, you may not care about it, but the YouTube algorithm cares. So please do. Thank you.